Lie down with dogs and you'll wake up with fleas. Or lie down with dogs, wake up with fleas. There's a couple different versions of this idiom, but our expression today is about dogs, lying down dogs, and lying down with them. It has been attributed to Ben Franklin in Poor Richard's Almanac, also in James Sanford's Garden of Pleasure in 1573. Was Seneca, it's attributed to Seneca in Latin, an earlier version. And basically it means that if you hang out with, lie down with dogs, you'll get and end up with fleas. You will become involved. If you become involved with bad people, it's possible that you could suffer some negative consequences if you hang out with the wrong type element. I mean, we all tell our kids that, right? If you keep hanging out with Johnny, you're going to end up just like him. Or if, you keep doing something, you're going to end up just like someone else, meaning a bad example. If we're smart, we tell our kids that, hey, hang out with so-and-so because then you'll end up just like them, and pick a good person instead of a bad element. But we tend to, whether it's social, economic, legal, ethical, rumors, bad behavior, general distrust. If you hang out with people that have that type of a reputation and are rumored to do business like that, some of that will rub off on you, even if it's absolutely positively not true and it doesn't represent your character or your ethics or your values at all. We are sometimes, and we are often, if not always, judged by the company we keep. There's a very famous saying, and I don't even remember who started it at this point, but they say that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, the 5 people we hang out with the most. We want to make sure that we are spending time with the right people. We can choose our masterminds. We can choose our coaches. We can choose our mentors. We can choose what we read and listen to, and how and who we follow in being influenced throughout our life. Or we can do it by default. We can do it like the same way everybody else does, or we can pick and choose for ourselves. One of the most important things when building and growing our business is to pay attention who we're paying attention to. Who are we giving our attention to? What courses are we taking? What events are we attending? What are we doing? And are each of those things moving us in the direction we want to go? Will they all? Absolutely not. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to pick the wrong things. But for the most part, we want to be moving in the direction we want to go most of the time, and away from what we want as little as possible. So how do you know? What do you do? All of us, I think, have probably had the wrong elements or bad elements around us sometime in our life, which is how we discern who is right for us and who isn't. I personally, my ex-husband and I had a business partner that was, I want to say, awful, god awful, horrible, unbelievable, unimaginable, the stuff the person pulled. And this was after we did our due diligence. We did look into it. We did think about it. We probably should have done more, but one thing I always say is make sure you choose who you're doing business with. And that is everybody, the people that you partner up with, the people that you allow supply your product, your raw materials, your vendors, your suppliers, people that do service work or contracting for you, people that you hire for sure, even our customers. We get to choose the people we want to help and serve in our business, and we want to choose them wisely and carefully. Just talk to a business owner, me included, who's ever selected the wrong customers or had a customer that was just horrible and painful to work with. You only do that a couple of times before you realize something's got to change. And it's always you, it's always me, that we serve people that are more in alignment with who we are. We also want to always pay attention to what really matters. There's a tendency as our business is growing to farm out and get rid of all the things that we don't like to do or we don't like to think about. And that can be very dangerous. There's certain parts of our business that we always need to at least have a heartbeat about. We have to have an inkling of what's going on with them. I contend finances, control of the money, marketing. A lot of people will argue marketing. That may or may not be an area. You need to have overall vision for all areas and aspects of your business, and set the direction, and let all of the key different functions go out and actually implement and take action to create the vision that you want in each of those areas of your business. We need to at least have an overview and at least some key indicators and key performance indicators that we're watching, metrics, to make sure we're going in the direction we want to go with our business. So I would be really curious. Lie down with dogs, wake up with fleas. I would say yes, the business partner that we were involved with got us involved in a lawsuit. We were sued by the municipality that we were shut down by the municipality we were in, and we had to sue because it was an unlawful action. But we had to go to court and sue for the right to actually operate part of our business. So some of that did rub off. It did negatively impact my husband and I, my ex-husband and I, even though it wasn't our doing. Since we were connected with that business entity, it totally did impact us. So some of that does rub off. I'm sure you can think of times when, you know, you've been with friends and one friend does something bad, but you all get blamed, or maybe you haven't. Hopefully you haven't. Or maybe a friend of yours does something wrong, and then people wonder if you do that thing too because they know that you're friends with them. So we need to be we need to be cognizant and careful about who we associate with and what that says about us. Who we associate with actually says a lot about us if people are paying attention and looking. So we want to be careful about that and make sure that all our dogs are in a row and that they're sending the message that we want them to send. So curious what you and your experience has been with this particular idiom or expression. One I've known, I think, pretty much my whole life. Grew up with dogs, grew up with pets, grew up with animals on a hobby farm, and so we had animals. And so animal-related expressions are kind of right up my alley. That's it. Have an amazing day. I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? How might you use it in your life and in your business right now? That's it. Have a great day.